Hey y'all, what's up? 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 Oh, that is a throwback from the Freaknik era, okay? A little bit before my time, but hey, I stay abreast of the culture and the streets and whatnot. Welcome to Pretty Girl Loves Trap content, okay? So this is my recap slash review of BMF Season 1, Episode 4, Heroes. But it should have been called Omar Get on My Goddamn Nerves. See, I called him Omar. I called him Omar. Rest in peace, Michael K. Williams. I mean Lamar. Okay, because Lamar, I don't know, is he scarier than Omar at this point? Because yeah, he is the hood boogeyman. Okay, I am so over Lamar, y'all. But we'll get to that later, okay? Let's start off with the first scene of the episode, okay? So we are flashing back again to the pre-teens or, mid-teen era with Meech. He's in the grocery store, okay? In a little bodega, what have you. And he's getting a few essentials, okay? He has the milk. He has the bread, you know what I'm saying? And, he has the food stamps, okay? And, you have to be maybe at least 30 to recall when food stamps was paper, okay? It's not the little EBT card as we know now, okay? And, back then, that was kind of like embarrassing to have food stamps. But now, I think it's become more accepted, okay? Because if I had me some EBT, okay, I would be eating all of the good groceries. It's really not as shameful as it is, as it was back then. So, he's looking at the money. It looks like he got a little bankroll. I'm like, how much of the food stamps do you have, Mish? Okay, you can get a little more extra. You can get some snacks or what have you. So he sees this girl he likes and she has her friend with her. And the friend is just hating, okay? There's always one friend that's just, shunning off the dude and whatnot. So he's asking the girl, hey, we should go to this party together. And the friend was like, and what, your bike? Okay. Yeah, you don't have a car yet. So therefore, we will not be needing your services. But the girl that he likes, she's kind of giving him a little action and whatnot. So the hating friend, she was like, well, are you going to buy us our, drinks and snacks and whatnot? He was like, sure. So he tells him to wait outside. And, he gets to the counter. And they're still waiting behind him. Of course, he's trying to use the food stamps, so he don't want them to see it. So the hating ass cashier, okay, he gonna tell Meech, yeah, just give me them government stamps, okay, so we can get this food grown, because you are holding up the line. And I'm like, Bruh, you don't see what's going on here? You just effed up this guy's pride, okay? All of his little 14, 15-year-old heart is on the floor. So, of course, the girls see that he has food stamps and was like, yeah, you ain't the type of guy that we are looking to hang with. So they proceed to hand the cashier cash and pays for Meech's, food as well. And I'm like, dang, bro, that could be earth shattering, at that age. So, he walks out. Of course, he's pissed. So Pat, he approaches him. He was like, hey, little man, I saw what happened. And yeah, you don't let anybody, make you ashamed of what you come from. So he throws him, a few little dollars, what have you. He said, hey, buy something, nice to impress the girls. So, old Meech is narrating and pretty much stating, hey, Pat was the hood superhero, okay? He was known in the hood. He was the man. Everybody loved him. And it's always at least one or two guys like that in the hood that just shows love, quote unquote love. Because on the flip side, he's actually partially, tearing down the community and whatnot because he's selling the drugs, okay? That always baffled me. It's like the Nito Brown effect. You want to hand out turkeys, at Thanksgiving, but you are selling crack to the very people who needs the turkeys. Like, what's going on here? Yeah, it's very counterproductive if you ask me, okay? So now we're at the stash house, okay? So we're back, at our 18, 19-year-old selves and what have you. And Meech and Terry, they found a nice little suburb, and a nice little mini mansion and on 8 Mile, what have you. And apparently 8 Mile is kind of far. It's like a long road from what I understand. And, it's a nice little neighborhood. So don't ask me of how they found this house, okay? But I'm like, y'all should be moving in, Meech. Meech, you need a place to stay. I mean, what's going on? Like, come on, light bulbs, come on, think. But they're using it as a stash house, and they have like a little contraption with the drugs and money being stashed in the couch. So him and Terry, they're talking about how, Big Mickey, he is MIA. So in walks Kato and Hoop. And, Meech was like, what you doing here? Where's B Mickey? And, Hoop was like, he handed us the keys and told us to come on in. And, of course, Meech is pissed because he's like, this is not like, B Mickey. Like, he normally tells us what's going on. Why is he ghost? So, of course, Terry, he ain't worried about B Mickey. But, of course, Meech is. This is very, not like B Mickey. It's out of character. So, Meech proceeds to go to Pat and hands him, his money and what have you. And he was like, yeah, we want to purchase like 3 more, extra bricks. We don't want to lease anymore. We want to purchase, okay? We trying to make moves. And Meech, and just very excited and, just happy, what have you. And of course, Pat, old Debbie Downer, trying to keep the man down or what have you. He's telling, Meech like, y'all don't have the infrastructure for that, okay? I'm going to give you guys 1 brick. And, you're going to have to deal with the rest, whatever. And so, of course, Meech is very disappointed. He is pissed. So, Pat's right-hand man, he takes him to the stash where they hide the coke and crack or what have you. And he was like, hey, yeah, in case you didn't realize, Pat, he ain't like that. He ain't got it like that no more. He is not the man no more. He ain't got, the connects. His name is not ringing, like it used to. So, Meech was like, what is you saying? And so, the guy was like, hey, if you're really trying to get down, I gotta connect for you, okay? And one thing Meech said in this conversation that I love, he said, smoking crack is a work hazard, okay? Because the right-hand man, he was trying to defend Pat in a sense, saying, hey, everybody has their vice, the women, money, drugs, what have you. And Meech was like, nah, bruh, coke and crack is different. When you smoke crack, that's a whole nother situation, okay? So, and then this next scene, Meech and Terry, they're driving down the street. And I love Meech. He said, when me and my brother are riding dirty, we like to listen to jazz because it calms us down. I was like, oh, that's so cute. Like, I don't know why stuff like this just really just, I don't know. It just impresses me in some reason. Maybe it's the lame little 20-something-year-old girl who love that drug dealer lifestyle. But yeah, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. That is definitely relaxing. Some nice little elevator music just to calm the nerves. They seem like they have a lot of, therapeutic, options that they use. So I like that. So T and his baby mother is at the mall. They're in Lord & Taylor's, which was, a high-class department store, whatever. It's the equivalent to what you would say a Macy's is or Bloomingdale's or what have you. So they're looking for an outfit for the baby's christening. And, he's telling her, he wants her to look, prim and proper, take out the blonde hair and, wear her natural color. So you could tell he's very meticulous in terms of how he wants her to be presented. Okay. And so the little sister walks in and this other preteen boy, I'm thinking maybe he's related to the baby mother, maybe her little brother or nephew, what have you. And, or maybe a little cousin, because he doesn't really even know the boy's name like that. But, yeah, Meech was like, T, he was pretty much saying like, hey, everything has to be perfect. The family is going to be together in the church. This is our opportunity to get the family together. And I'm like, okay, T, he's giving me real Ahmad from like Soul Food vibes. He's trying to get the family together. Okay. So, the sister walks in and, pretty much was saying, how about, you want to spend some money, you can go ahead and buy these little earrings for me. He was like, that's fake. Let me give you some real money. So he proceeds to break her off with some like real extreme bread. And, she was very happy about that. And I'm thinking about how they are, how am I trying to say this? They're pretty much grooming their little sister to equate money and love in a sense. Or that's pretty much going to, mold her train of thought in the future when it comes to men in relationships, because Meech just gave her a few $1,000s the other day. Terry's giving her money. So I wonder, how this is going to shape her in, her materialistic ways in the future, because they're just throwing them dollars at her, okay? So while, the sister and the baby mother wrapping up at Lord and Taylor's, T and the little nephew, what have you, is going to Foot Locker. And meanwhile, Lamar and the 12th Street crew, they over there, they're shopping, whatever. He's going there and telling them, hey, we need to have a uniform, okay? We are a company, and then we need to look, cohesive and what have you. So he has these Nike Cortezes in his hand. He was like, hey, give us, all a pair of these. So that's going to be their new little style, okay? So one of the homeboys noticed, like, yeah, there's Terry right there. So Terry walks in. Of course, he's not even noticing the 12th Street boys in the store. And I'm like, Terry, I'm going to need you to kind of, open these eyes. Well, Lord, said open these eyes, Lord. He only has 1.5 eye. Or even that. Does he have one eye? Because is the other one? Now, I don't think it's partially working. So I'll give him 1.5 eyes. So he's not even noticing that, the 12th Street boys. And I'm like, dang, it's like 20 of them in the store. Why you're not noticing? When I walk into a store in the mall, I'm peeping the whole scene. And I ain't even a drug dealer, okay? I am a civilian. But, I always got my ear and my eye to these streets, okay? And you at war, bruh. You are at war. And you don't have no protection with you. You don't have no heat. You don't have no bodyguards. Like, I'm going to need you to lighten up, boy. And so that kind of shows, how they're still naive and young in a sense. So, of course, Lamar and the 12th Street crew, they pressed Terry, and they was really about to get into it until the baby mama and the sister came up. And, it's kind of like a little street code, that kind of made Lamar, like, back up a little bit. And he probably thought, like, hey, we'll handle this another day. We have the little rule, no women, no children, okay? We need to let him be. And plus, they are witnesses, okay? They have seen all of their faces, so that would not be a good look. So, yes, we are at the precinct, okay, and Operation Drano is in full effect, okay? They are talking about Lamar, they are talking about Meech and T, and how Flamel and J-Mo are missing, okay? And Crooked Cop, he's really trying to hone in and say, hey, Lamar is our dude, okay? He just got out, he's the head of the 12th Street gang, he is the cause of J-Mo and Flamel being, pretty much MIA. So the white cop, he's kind of pushing for Meech and T. So yeah, this is going to be interesting, okay? Because the crooked cop is going to be in trouble, okay? So we're at the bar, okay? This is supposed to be a little meetup with the new connect. So Meech, he over there trying to flirt with these girls and just real girl like crazy. I'm like, Meech, this is kind of out of character for you. Like, you normally a little more suave and cool. He just seems like I don't know. It's just weird. Like, maybe he's on a rebound because Cash Doll, is not messing with him no more. But yeah, he has his sights set on, recreational things versus business. And I'm like, this is kind of out of character for him. I don't really like this scene. And so T, he's, ready to go. He's always not with the BS, okay? In the strip club, he wasn't trying to hear it. At this bar, he is over it. So while Meech goes up to talk to the girls, T, he's still at the bar, and this lady comes up. I'm going to call her Mystery Woman, okay? A very beautiful, lady, what have you. She has on a blue shirt, and they was told that the person that they're meeting is going to have a blue shirt, but of course they assumed that it was going to be male. But yeah, we're going to actually see that she, is going to be very important in the future, okay? But yeah, she pretty much asked T, was he going to, buy drinks for the bar? And he was like, nah, that ain't even me. And you can tell she kind of smirked. So I could tell she kind of likes his personality, likes his style. So she was like, what is your name? He was like, I ain't say my name, boo-boo. And he proceeds to leave, okay? So I'm like, yeah, you got your thinking caps, T, because Meech, he's out here girl crazy and whatnot. Like, he a little bitty boy, okay? Like, you ain't had, voluptuous Cash Doll in the bed or what have you, okay? That was only a few days ago, probably, okay? Come on, your loins are raging still? Come on, bruh. So we're at the food truck, and it's all hot and just really hectic up in there. Okay, they have been busy, okay? So, they're handling business, they're prepping the food, serving the customers, and lo and behold, Lamar pops up and asks for a stone burger. Okay, I almost peed myself. Okay, y'all. I'm like, Lamar, what the hell are you doing here, bro? Like, how? How did you find out? But I forgot. Kato the snitch must have told him. Okay, but I was like, hold up. How did he figure this out? But it took me a while. I'm like, yeah, Kato was behind this. But at first, yeah, I was pissed. Yeah, I was pissed. I'm like, Lamar has to go. Okay, what do I need to do? Do I need to get the strap? Do I need to get the strap and go to Detroit? Okay, and go back in time because I'm pissed. Okay, I am pissed to see Lamar at our operation. Okay, I feel like I'm a part of the crew. I'm sorry, y'all. I get very emotional and investing, what have you. Okay, so Lamar is all loud talking about the stone burger. The whole crew was there talking about, I want a stone burger, I want a stone burger. So yeah, they had to shut down shop. Okay, it was like, yeah, we closed, we ain't got time for this. Okay, so we go to this bodega / corner store, and I think it's actually the same one where Meech got played, when he was a kid or what have you. So they're meeting in the stock room because they're, cool with the cashier owner or what have you. So they're meeting with Pat's right-hand man, Rob. So, he's pretty much saying, I got to connect and I can hook you up. So, Meech was like, okay, here's some money for your troubles or what have you, your little, 10% finder's fee, what have you. And he was like, nah, bruh, I'm an investor, okay? I need a little more coin. And yeah, he was being very greedy, y'all, very greedy. And you know what happens to people who are greedy, okay? They end up in the, the ditches or what have you, or, on the side of the road, whatever. We'll figure that out later, okay? But yeah, that he kind of reminded me of the bodega owner in Power Book 3. Like, you just real eager and greedy, and you ain't really doing too much work, okay? But being shady behind your homeboy Pat. So, they come to an agreement, and, we're going to see what's going on after that. So, Meech, he goes to his baby's mother's house. So we're introduced to his baby moms and his little girl, Soraya, I believe is her name. Well, her her real name. I recall seeing her in Empire, the couple seasons that I did watch before I got to musically. But yeah, she's a cute girl, what have you. She was pissed, okay, because she was like, I've been calling you and I've been paying you all night, and you show up like 12 hours later. Like, that's a problem. He was like, I'm sorry, boo. He had a little snack or two, what have you, for her. And she was just not impressed, okay? And so, long story short, she was trying to make an appointment, I should say, a D appointment, okay? And she, just had an itch that needed to be scratched, okay? So I was like, okay, cool. He was like, going up in there in the room, and he's going to, proceed to hit the skins. And I was like, oh, okay, we see that, yeah, she knows what she wants out of Meech. And yeah, that's all he's good for in terms of her. She apparently is over him in the sense of being a reliable father. And, just providing sex is all he can do for her at this point. She probably don't want to start over new with a whole new guy. And sometimes it's easy to deal with somebody that you're familiar with. So yeah, she pretty much, after they're done, was like, okay, what you about to do? She flipped the script on old boy, and I loved it. Okay. And Meech was like, what are you doing? I wanted to go cuddle. I wanted to cuddle. Yeah. So not like Marvin and Tony in Power Book 3. Like, he wanted to cuddle. He wanted to chill around or what have you. She was like, nah, bro, this ain't that type of party. Yeah, you need to go. And his little feelings, his little ego was crushed, y'all. I was just like, go ahead, girl. I like you. I like you a lot, okay? I mean, that's what you got to do with these dudes, okay? You got to flip the script, You got to, sometimes you got to think like a man, act like a lady. Steve Harvey done told y'all. Steve Harvey told y'all, okay? So we're at the parents' house with the lawyer, which is, Reverend / Pastor Snoop's niece, okay? And so she's explaining how to proceed, and she's getting information from Terry and the mom or what have you. And the dad, just energy is just like, he's just being negative Nancy. I'm like, dude, why'd you even come? Why'd you even come to this little meeting? Okay. He's just very high strung, and it's mainly probably due his, the niece's connection to the Reverend. Okay. Cause he is not feeling the Reverend at all. So y'all, we are at the food truck. Okay. And the 50 boys is deep, okay? They are very deep. And I'm like, dang, well, where's security at? Like, they're not, curious why all these dudes, these black dudes are around with gold chains and nice clean sneakers and what have you. Like, they're not questioning why these dudes are, just posted up with nothing to do. Like, it seems kind of odd and out of place. Yeah, let's see how long this lasts, okay? But yeah, Meech, sorry, no, Hoop and Kato, they're pretty much talking about, you know, they're hoping everything works, and they're just a little frustrated with Lamar. And so, yeah, Hoop, he's a thinker. He's a thinker. I like him a lot. He's pretty much, stating like, maybe this was part of Lamar's plan all along to have everybody posted up at the food truck. Meanwhile, nobody is watching the stash. And I'm like, dang, I couldn't reserve like 2 to 3 people out of the 20 people y'all got at this food truck. Like, is this the only operation y'all have? Is this food truck? Are y'all telling me this is y'all sole source of income right now? Like, I'm a little confused. Okay, where's the other crews at? Where's the other corners? Yeah, this is very interesting. So yeah, Kato was like, hey, you're pretty much being paranoid. Like, it ain't no point in going to the stash house. And I'm like, oh, you raggedy trick, you raggedy trick. So we see Meech and Terry, they're at this like members only like country club or what have you, not a stuffy, Wahite peoples. And yeah, they got the gold chains and whatnot looking very out of place, okay? And so they go to the receptionist, who's also a fellow African American. And of course, he's one of those, African Americans that do not like the type of African Americans that Meech and Terry are, okay? And he's, of course, looking down on them, was like, they're saying, like, hey, we have reservations here. And the guy was like, you're not in the books, okay? And Terry was like, you're not even looking in the books. You're just judging us, okay? So long story short, they end up getting a table, and they get a note to meet, I guess, the person through the back door. And they go through the back door, and it's like two, guys, like, they pretty much hold them to gunpoint and stuff them in a little van or what have you. So Hoop enters the stash house, and it has been ransacked, y'all. It looks like Jukebox's room when Marvin found out she was lesbian, okay? He, was like, dang, like, F, like, dang, they got our ish. So, long story short, it becomes a shootout. And he ends up shooting one of the guys in the leg. And apparently Omar comes. Lord, why I keep calling him Omar? Lord, Lamar walks in like, here, kitty, kitty, here, kitty, kitty. I'm like, oh, this crazy fool's gonna kill Hoop. So he was approaching Hoop because Hoop got shot and was hiding behind the fridge or whatnot. And so next thing we see, Kato comes in busting, bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying? Fake saving lives or what have you. And it kind of like, not scares Lamar away because nothing apparently could scare him. But he kind of leaves or whatever. And, she fake saves the day, looks like a fake superhero. And I'm like, oh, girl, you're the reason why we in this. And I'm like, she low-key smart, but low-key dumb. I'm just so over Kato at this point, okay? So now we are at the woods, okay? And Meech and Terry, they have, approached their final destination. They come out of the woods, and yeah, they see Pat and Pat right-hand man, okay? So they knew they upped up, like, dang, y'all gonna do me like this? Like, apparently, Pat found out about the side deal that his homeboy Rock was trying to, connect with Meech and Terry. And so, Meech was like, dang, what would you have to do? What you would have done, because we tried to, upgrade and, what I'm saying, promote ourselves, but you keep holding us down, OG. Like, what did you want us to do? He was like, nah, y'all did what y'all was supposed to do. Is this fool right here, you know what I'm saying? I had to find out on my own what's going on. So he ends up killing his right-hand man with a shovel, y'all. It was very graphic. I had to like turn my head away from the television because I can't handle all that. I can't handle all of that, okay? And so, yeah, he pretty much ends up killing him. And, yeah, he told Meech and Terry to bury the body. So, R.I.P. Rock, okay? You got to do better, okay? So we are meeting up in a little parking lot, what have you. Meech, Terry, B. Mickey, and Hook. And so, Meech was like, fool, where you been at all day? And, B. Mickey was like, man, my mom's laid up in the hospital. And, I ain't had time to answer your calls and what have you. And I'm like, B. Mickey, this is looking kind of suspect, okay? I would have needed a scene with his mom laid up in the hospital for me to even believe him. Like, she could be sick, but yeah, we are in the drug game, okay? There are no sick days. There are no vacation days. There are no personal days. Like, you can't just not answer your phone in this type of business. And we at war, fool. Like, what are you, like, third in command? Like, you cannot be MIA in this situation, okay? Like, that was effed up. Like, B. Mickey, he is on some other stuff, okay? And so, of course, Meech is pissed because, it pretty much could possibly be low-key B. Mickey's fault about the stash. I mean, of course, Kato, nobody really knows about her. But, of course, they go over the list. They was like, okay, 5 people knew about the stash. They running down the names. And I was like, Kato, it got to be her. And, of course, Hook is vouching for her. He was like, no way, man. She just saved my life. Of course, Big Mickey, he likes her. So he's, was like, nah, it ain't her. And I'm like, oh, it is her. It is her. It's her, please. please find out. Please find out this next episode, y'all. I can't take it. So Meech, punches B. Mickey. And yeah, y'all, we pissed. We are pissed, okay? Me, Terry, and Meech is pissed, okay? Because our drugs and our money is gone, okay? And I don't know what's about to happen, okay? I'm a little frustrated, okay? So Terry, he's a little, like, he just had an attitude this whole episode, I might add. I'm like, he just got a little attitude. I'm like, is it the eye? Are you aggravated? Is your period on? Like, what is going on, bro? Like, he is just aggravated with everything. So, we are at the lake, and Crooked Cop is meeting up with a cop from another department or what have you. And apparently, Crooked Cop trained this guy, and they pretty much are searching for J-Mo's body. And, this guy, I don't really like his look. He's one of the light-skinned dude with like a half perm, half Jerry curl with a thick mustache. Yeah, he's going to be probably a good guy, but yeah, I'm not feeling him. He was reminding me of Orlando from The Wire. But yeah, long story short, they find J-Mo's body. And of course, I knew they was going to find his body because in the last episode or last 2 episodes, T said, hey, if this body shows up, it's going to be an issue. And lo and behold, we know it is going to be an issue, y'all. So we're at the church at the baby's christening. So we have the family all together and whatnot. And so Terry, he's, holding his daughter. I believe it's a daughter. Yeah, I hope it's a daughter. And while he's holding her, he's getting flashbacks of Rock's horrific death by Shovel. And he's flashing back at the death and at his baby and then the death and to his baby. Like, he's going through it, y'all. He is going through it. And we saw Meech had that same thing and in Pat's car last episode when he was envisioning J-Mo. So I think it kind of goes to show, like, they are kind of knee deep in the game and it's coming with a lot of violence. Their actions are causing a lot of violence. And, this is a part of the game. And I foresee this happening with most drug dealers. I mean, if not, you got to be a cold-blooded, what? I mean, Lamar, he probably doesn't have flashbacks because he is straight crazy and it's the devil, you know what I'm saying? So I foresee, that happening with a lot of guys in the game that has killed someone or, has witnessed a death. You got that, get that PTSD, it's a very troubling, thing. So I think that, that comes with the game. So Terry is very much dealing with that, and he was just shot himself. So he has a lot that he's dealing with internally, okay? So we're outside of the church and Crooked Cop and, partner comes and, tells like, hey, Meech, we need to come see you. And so, he was like, do you have a warrant? And it was like, no, we just want you to accompany us back to the, the station or what have you. And he was like, nah, bro, you ain't got no warrant. You ain't got me. And so I'm like, okay, we escaped an arrest. Great. Okay. So the family had plans to go out to eat and what have you. And so the dad, he looks across the street and sees the same Benz that the cop referenced when he was questioning T, which is so-called Terry's baby mother's uncle's car, Uncle Troy, I believe. And that just kind of turned the father off. Okay, that kind of put him back to, a place like, he is remembering the bullish that's going on at the house. Okay, and he probably doesn't want to deal with all that. So I'm like, okay, time for him to make a scene again. But he pretty much was like, hey, I'm just gonna go. And I'm like, where have you been staying, father? Like, what's going on? I mean, funds are tight. So are you renting a room? Are you staying with a relative? I need details, okay? So because it better not be a side chick's house that you are at, okay? So yeah, we are at Kato's house, her little spot or what have you. And yeah, she's, winding down, taking her shoes off, turning on, her music and, smoking a little weed or what have you. And lo and behold, boogeyman Lamar is in the shadows and he pretty much attacks her. He puts a gun in her mouth and, was kind of pissed because she was the one that kind of prevented Lamar from killing Hooper, what have you. And she was explaining to Lamar, like, hey, I need to make sure they can trust me. So I needed to pull that move, to gain some additional trust in the crew. So he let her go. And yeah, Kato, you was caught slipping, okay? But Lamar, it's hard to hide from somebody like Lamar. So we at the crooked cop's house, okay, and Meech pulls up, okay, he is pissed. He's like, what's going on? Why are you approaching me with, with the family, what have you, at the church nonetheless. And he was like, hey, I told you, you need to be straight up with me. Like, what happened to J-Mo? So, of course, Meech is not going to snitch on BMF, which I wish he would, because that would just eliminate one of our issues, but what have you. Whatever. So they pretty much go back and forth, and Meech pretty much tells him, like, no, this partnership is staying the same, okay? I don't care what you got going on in the department, what new is happening, our relationship is staying the same. So it leads me to believe that Meech has a lot of information that can get Crooked Cop caught up, but at the same time, can you really use whatever you have on the Crooked Cop? Because it will implicate you. So I need to know what's going on with this relationship, okay? He probably knows some deep, dark secrets about Crooked Cop. All right, so yeah, we are at Cash Doll's house, and Lamar, telling some awkward rendition of the Three Little Bears story to his quote unquote daughter. And yeah, he's just being real weird, y'all. And so lo and behold, he buys Cash Doll a nice necklace or what have you, a nice little jewelers or wherever he got this from. It looked very expensive, okay? And I'm pretty sure that he purchased that with Meech's money. So you're welcome, Cash Doll. You are welcome. So of course that, makes her all excited and happy, and she just jumps his bones, and they start having sex on the couch, and I was just over it, y'all. I'm just like, I just wanted to throw up. I'm like so over Cash Doll. I'm so over her and Lamar. They both can go. Okay, I'm gonna relax, y'all. So yeah, we are in the little street or whatever, and Terry low-key meets up with quote unquote Big L, which was the lady we saw at the bar, the mystery lady. So she is a connect. So, she was like, hey, you're a little green, but I like your style, so I'm willing to do business with you because I did my research, but I'm only doing business with you, not your brother. And I was like, ma'am, they are partners. What are you talking about? Like, how would that not mean that you are not doing business with me? Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, this is going to be awkward, y'all. But this does give T the upper hand because he has something of value, and he has pretty much a way to get Meech's, more respect from Meech, because he has, the relationship with the Connect. So yeah, this is going to be interesting with Meech and T's dynamic. I have a lot of theories with the lady, but don't sleep on her because she is a woman. Because if she is a woman boss, that means she had to go through a lot of ish to get there. One. Two, she has a lot of male backup behind her, okay? So she is not one to be effed with. And yeah, this is going to be interesting with this dynamic. But yeah, y'all, that was the end of the episode. I am very excited to see what's going to happen in the second half of the season. But yeah, continue to listen to my content. And I'll see you guys next week. Talk to you later. Bye.